Welcome to this video tutorial on the Hebron Hub. This video is specifically aimed toward middle and high school faculty. In this video, we will discuss exactly what is required on your topics page and how to add even more. First, let's discuss what the topics page is. The topics page sits one tab over from your class bulletin board. Remember that the class bulletin board is for year-long information and important class announcements. Well, the topics pages are where you will put unit-specific material. Every unit you cover should have a corresponding topic. Just like the bulletin board, whatever time you spend creating these topics pages can be imported year to year, so no need to recreate them every year. As you can see, I have a few topics pages created. The expectation for new teachers is to create the topics page ahead of starting the unit. You do not need to have an entire semester or year's worth of topics created before class even begins. Just work on them as you progress through the year. So let's take a look at what your topics pages can look like with two examples. Starting with middle school geography, the topic has key information for the unit. The textbook here happens to call units topics, so this one is for topic number 1, Introduction to Geography. One required element is a description of the unit and essential questions or key concepts that will be covered throughout the unit. So you'll see that in the right-hand column. However, there is so much more that can be added to this unit-specific page. Similar to a bulletin board, you can pull in other elements like links to helpful resources. Here we have continents and oceans map. You can also add in additional text boxes to provide information like vocabulary words. And do you have an incentive platform in your class? You could include information on how students can earn extra credit, or in this case, passport stamps. In this example, students can earn passport stamps by furthering their skills and completing online activities. The passport stamps can then be redeemed for homework passes, quiz points, and more. So let's look at another example, a high school example with human anatomy and physiology. The required description and essential questions are included, but this topic page on Chapter 8 also includes a list of Latin roots, a link to online practice with the muscular system, and it even has a YouTube video embedded for students to access. Lastly, this course includes a case study in each chapter that students must work through during the chapter. So the case study and instructions for Chapter 8 are included on this topics page as well. So how do we create topics pages? It is similar to a bulletin board, but just a few additional steps in the beginning. So we're going to click Create Topic, and here we will enter our cover information. The cover information you create can be quickly pulled onto the topic page itself. So spend time adding a cover title, cover photo, and cover brief. So I'm going to add a cover photo on cell structure. I'm going to label this Chapter 1, Cell Structure. That's my cover title. And then I'm going to come to my curriculum guide to copy and paste more information on this unit into my cover brief. All right. I recommend putting the unit description and essential questions in the cover brief section because it will transfer to the actual topics page. So now let's select a layout for the topics page. Don't worry, you can always change this layout later if you decide that split in half doesn't work and you want a top with a smaller left-hand column. That can always be changed later. So now I want to go ahead and add this to the topic bank because it helps me easily import it year to year. And should I co-teach this class with another faculty member, it makes it easier for us to collaborate. Finally, I'll determine what courses I want this topic to apply to. So I create it once and I can apply it to all of my classes. I do not have to create this over and over for each class section. So now let's go ahead and click Save and Add Materials. Now you're on an edit screen that looks similar to a bulletin board where you can just click and drag elements onto your topics page. Everything labeled cover is what we just created in the setup. So I'm going to bring over all of the cover elements. I'm going to bring over the cover title, I'm going to bring over the cover image, and I'm going to bring over the title or cover brief, excuse me. All right, so now that I've brought these cover elements in, let's go ahead and preview the topic so we can see what that's going to look like. See how it automatically pulled everything that I had already put into my setup? Well, let's go back and add in some more elements. In the left-hand column, you can click and drag multiple items like links, photos, text, embedded video, and more. If you're working on your page and you want to change the layout, simply click on Setup, Edit Settings, and you can now switch it to a different layout. And maybe I want to move this to the larger section and preview. All right, need to do some editing at a later point? Well, you can always click on the pencil icon in the upper right-hand corner of the topic page to continue editing. All right, so this concludes the video tutorial on the Hub Topics page. If you have any questions, please reach out to the Technology Department.